It's actually French. It's juniper.
It's juniper. I like it. Oh, shoot. I forgot. I gotta turn those off because I don't have our Monster Hunter portraits. I'm gonna have to. I forgot to put that together. Son of a gun. There's all sorts of stuff I forgot for this first one. And why is it not showing? Why is it not showing my window? What's going on here? Okay. All right. Well, this is an auspicious start. It's not working. Should be pretty quick and easy to fix, though.
We've tried nothing and everything's going wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Right? We've tried nothing and it's all failed. And okay, there we go. That should be good now. All right. We've tried nothing. It's I love that. I love it. All right. So, for the people at home watching, sorry, I'm handling some business that just popped up. All right. So, we are starting off our Monster Hunter stream. This is the first one. This is the first Monster Hunter 5e role-playing session I have ever done as DM or player, as well as the first one for all of my players. So we're going to see how this works. You may see me pull up PDFs on stream and take a look at stuff because it's all new. All the information we have is comes from a fellow by the name of Melwind. He has a Patreon where he does all this stuff and he puts together tokens and he puts together a ton of. He does hunts and obviously all the rules and he does a lot of really cool stuff. So I recommend checking him out. He's also got a Twitch channel, which is a Melwind. So most of the stuff we're going to be using today comes from him. And by most, I mean like legit, like 95%. All right. So let's take a look at our characters real quick. Let's introduce each of them. You'll learn more about them as we go. But this is Orion. He is the baddest looking feline there is. Mellinks, right?
I think Grimalkin.
Grimalkin. And this is his wife, who is the most adorable looking Grimalkin. I think is the same, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So they are both. This is a couple. And then we have Pacom, who is here tonight. I don't know what race you are, aren't you? You're like half giant, aren't you? Isn't that what you like?
Yep.
Yeah, half giant.
Sure.
And then we're gonna have later. We're gonna at another date. We will have Cookie Percival, which is another absolutely adorable Melinx. This is gonna be played by P-Stabs, who, if you watch our regular Friday streams, you'll know who she is. And Arnos Duriax is played by J-Dog. And he is playing one of the special races that Melwin has created, which is the Elder Dragonborn. So they're Dragonborn based off of the Elder Dragons, and so he is actually going to be a Nergigante Dragonborn, which is super cool. So yeah, so that's kind of where we're starting off. Our hunters have gathered together. They've been recruited at this point. And we're up in Kokoto Village. or Kokoto. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that. I never played that Monster Hunter. That was before my time in the series. But I like Kokoto better. So in Kokoto Village, where they've been sent to assist with a problematic Arzuros that's been in the area, that has been causing some problems and really just making it harder on the villagers to get things taken care of. And so they've reached out to the guild to have some people handle it. And so our Hunter Rank 1 party was selected to go. Cookie and Arnos have both kind of gotten lost on the road, so they'll be joining later when they finally catch up to the party. And we are just going to jump right in to the camp.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
If they catch up to the living party.
That is the thing about the Monster Hunter world. In the games, you always just get carded, right? You don't die. But, if you got bit by an Anjanath, like, you get bit in half. You don't get knocked out, right? So, maybe somebody dies, maybe nobody dies.
Luckily, I'm small enough to fit inside the Anjanath's mouth.
That's true.
That's
That is true. Okay, we're going to move your old token out of here. All right. Do you guys see the page?
Yep.
Okay. So to start a hunt, we have a few things that need to happen. We don't have the person who is going to be our designated cook.
Junie would love to take on that position if needed.
Okay. I love it. So when setting up a meal, when starting off a meal, there you'll pick kind of what meal you want to cook, or rather, what effects you want. There's some meals in the PDF, which I'll pull over here and show people watching the stream. And turn screen cap on. There we go. So we've got a number of rank 1 foods, and there is a difficulty check that they have to make in order to cook the food. What Juniper's going to have to do is 3 checks. Juniper will need to do 3 checks based off of skill ability, raw stat ability, not skills. And so then what Juniper will do is she's going to explain how these 3 things go into it. One of the examples is using strength to climb a tree, using intelligence to identify good herbs, stuff like that, right? And then Juniper's going to give me 3 rolls, and we'll see how this plays out. Juniper, what sort of, let's see. What's that?
I'm not seeing the screen that you're sharing.
I had stopped sharing it. Let me, because it was being annoying. Let me.
You're totally good. We've got the book pulled up.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to.
I'm just looking at it right now. My iPad. I have Dex, I have Con, and I have Wisdom. Sorry, I should have thought about this before.
No, well, you weren't supposed to be the cook. That was Cookie's job.
What kind of can we have some information as to the monster that we're hunting?
Well, so you're hunting an Arzuros,
right?
Which is a bear-like creature. And they tend to be, they're big, gnarly creatures.
They're a mix between a badger and a bear, and they have armored claws.
Awesome.
And they got a bit of a shell that protects them as well.
Hopefully.
Well, you can't make anything that's vegetarian.
Alright, there's a lot of rank 1 things I need to read.
There are a couple. There's a few that I think will be probably the best for you.
Yeah.
So, what did I do there? There we go. Some of the ones I might suggest are the mild herbs. Once per meal, you roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one saving throw of your choice. You can roll a die before or after making the saving throw. Mufa butter gives you Mufa butter. Once per meal, when you fail a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, you can re-roll a d20. I don't know how many casters we have, so that may not be as good. Northern Orange increases your perception by 1. Sliced Cactus lets you ignore difficult terrain. Snake Salmon, advantage on athletics checks when you're catching fish. And so, let's see. Snowy Rice gives you moonlight on your weapon. Spicy Sausage gives you an extra d4 on an ability check of your choice.
Could be cool.
Spotted Onion gives you blind sight out to 5 feet. Tuna Head, if you have a swim speed, it's increased by 5 feet. Wild Bacon increases your walk speed by 5 feet. Yun Potato, if you don't spend any hit dice on a short rest, you actually regain 1 instead.
Well, that's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah, that's not a bad one, actually. That's pretty solid.
Potato?
Yeah.
So whenever you make a meal, it always is going to cost a little bit of money because it assumes it's going to be costing you some of what you brought, some supplies that you purchased for it. It's not a lot of money. I want to say at rank 1, it's fairly low. I'll have to track it down. I think it's only like 3 gold or something. No, rank 1 meal costs 1 silver. Not even that high. So you'd pay 1 silver, and then you'd attempt it, and you'll roll all 3 of your checks. And then what we do is we need to beat the difficulty check with an average. So you'll add all 3 of them. We'll add all 3 abilities together. We'll roll and we'll determine what the average is. If the average is high enough, you beat it.
Okay. Okay. So I pick 3 ingredients, right?
No, you pick
One
one
ingredient.
food name.
So
one.
Oh, it's a meal.
Yeah,
Okay,
those are
cool.
meals,
I want to do
right?
spicy sausage.
Spicy sausage it is. All right. So how are you going to go about making the spicy sausage? What are you going to be doing?
I'm going to use my con to make sure that it isn't too spicy, because I'm not super good with spice, but everyone else should be, so I can kind of use my constitution to figure it out for each person. I don't know what are the 3 checks though.
Okay, well go ahead and let's roll the con first. Go ahead and roll it to me privately. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because everybody will know whether or not they have the bonus. So you'll just roll a con check, not a con save.
The cons right here, so you can do roll 1d20 plus 2.
Woo! What a way to start the session with the natural 20. First roll. Okay.
Everything else is going to suck after that.
Well, if it does, at the very least, you have it balanced out a bit.
Yeah, so I'm assuming this spicy sausage comes from a pork-ish animal, so I would need dexterity
Like
and...
a moss swine.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think they have them in Monster Hunter Stories, but they've got them in there.
But I would need dexterity to figure out, or to catch it, and wisdom to know where it is.
Wisdom to track one.
Ooh, good. Good. I like it. Go ahead and give me the wisdom so you can track one down.
3. Oh.
Nat 1, folks.
We are now at a perfect average of 10.
Yep.
We got it all out. No more.
Yeah, we'll see. This next one sets the tone, I guess. And so, lastly, you're going to roll a wisdom check, you said, right?
That was my dex
Oh.
check, but it's the same number.
Oh, yeah. Listen, sorry.
Gotcha.
That's a...
Oh, it's a good thing you started off with a nat 20, because what happens here is you were checking the spices to make sure you had just the perfect range of spices, and you did. And then when you went to go get your actual moss wine and pick it up and get what you needed, unfortunately, the only moss wine in the area was this old and kind of gross one. So you got it, and then you got what good parts you could. It didn't have a lot of good parts, but you're such a good cook, and your spices are so absolutely on point that it completely saves the meal. And so everybody gains the effects of the spicy sausage. So once per meal, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of your choice. You can roll the die before or after making the ability check. And please make sure you subtract 1 silver so that you could use it was used to cover the cost of the spices that you used.
Should we each subtract 1 silver, or is it?
No, just the cook.
Okay.
Okay.
Those are awesome rolls.
Yeah, I mean, we're off to a great start, and I love it. So you guys are at camp. You have the opportunity to take care of anything at camp before we set out, if you want.
Can I summon my guy?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm gonna summon Papi Chulo.
There's Papi Chulo.
All right.
So, for those of you watching, Orion is we're using a modified Drake Ranger from Fizban's Treasury of Dragons? Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. And so instead of having a spirit of a Drake, he has a spirit of a Nargacuga. That is his pet, and he is named him Papi Chulo.
we're still trying out names. Papi Chulo for now.
Yeah. It's going to be like a cat. You just call it a different name every time you see it. Pumpkin, Sweetie.
Airhead.
Yeah. Trash Goblin. You know, the usual.
Awesome. He's a little Nargacuga too.
I love it.
Because if he's too small for me to ride on right now, then he's got to be pretty freaking small.
He's very small.
My character's only 2'3", Orion. He's pretty small. So. Yeah, Nargacuga is real small.
Yeah, Papi Chulo is itty bitty still.
Itty bitty.
Awesome.
All right. Anything else you guys are going to be doing here in camp before you set out?
I don't think I need to do anything in camp.
Yeah.
So who is going to be our trailblazer, and who is going to be our scout?
What's the skill check for both of those?
Trailblazer relies on their survival skill, and the scout relies on stealth and perception.
I'm not stealthing. I am a 7'8" half giant in heavy full plate with a lance. So.
I've got pretty decent stealth and perception. So I can always scout with my kittens.
All right. So we got a good scout. So I guess, Gio, that means you're going to be our
Trailblazer. I'm actually trained in survival.
Are you really? Good.
Yep. I
Okay.
mean,
So
not very well trained, but trained.
so for you players, if you look in the journal section where you pull your character out, there should be a handout section for you. Has example hunt, how to cook a meal, hunter roles. I went ahead and I just put a bunch of these things. I just copied them straight out of a Melwin's book.
I'm sorry. Can you? Where was that? Oh, it's over on the side. Gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Oh, under hand. Okay, cool. Sorry.
So
We're good.
that way, you've got those. I've also got XP levels, though for this campaign we are doing milestone.
Alright, I need to make a survival check at some point, but I'll let you tell me when I want to make that.
Okay, so I need to get my random encounter chart. There's a lot that this is teaching me I have to have prepared for the future before we start. I mean, I have all the stuff. I just...
Because I get to set the pace for the party, I decide slow because we don't have lots of things prepared and none of us have hunted a monster before.
Well, you've each been participants to hunts.
I'm talking from a player
Yeah,
perspective.
that's fair. Oh, where's that? All right.
Could I, in theory? Now this is just theory.
Probably.
Could I? So as far as the hunter roles go, could I make my Nargacuga fulfill one of them? Like if a Nargacuga was the scout and I was the spotter, because I think we can communicate telepathically. But that might not be true.
I would be okay with the Nargacuga being the spotter.
Okay.
Just because the spotter relies on passive, and if your Nargacuga notices something, it'll get, a little bit more aggressive. Once we have 4 players, that would be out, but because we're at 3 right now, I think that should be okay.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, then if he can be the spotter, I think that'll work out.
All right, where is my... I apologize. I thought I had this all pulled up here already, but it's not where I thought it was. So I'm now scrambling to find it, like a moron.
Oh, good.
On stream.
I'm just gonna start breaking out the alcohol in camp.
I don't know if that's going to give you advantage or disadvantage on your survival check.
Drinks.
All right.
Okay, never mind. It's not telepathic. Unless I gotta find familiar. But it does know Draconic, and I know Draconic. So I talked to him.
A Nargacuga that can speak Draconic.
We'll call it Wyvernonic.
Draconic, yeah. Draconic.
Okay. So you guys will be setting out. Normally you get to choose. I'm going to pick for you when you're setting out for the day. Normally you would choose between morning, afternoon, evening, or night. Each of those is going to affect the way your chances of running into random creatures and stuff while you're out here. So we're going to start with morning because that's going to be the easiest, the one that prevents you from getting hit as often as you otherwise might get hit. All right, that's page 89, so that helps me out a little bit there. Okay, so as we get ready to take off, we're going to roll. I need... Gio, will you roll a single D20 for me? Okay, all right. The weather today is warm with a slight breeze, about perfect to go on a hunt. About perfect weather for you.
Good.
And
Nice.
these red and blue chests over here, these are the guild chests. They do contain 2 potions, 2 regular potions of healing, 2 first aid potions, and 2 rations. These will be returned at the end of the hunt if you don't use them, but each of you can have 2 of each.
Nice.
Okay.
They're just regular potion of healing.
Yep. They're just called the potion of first aid because that allows us to differentiate between which ones you get to keep and which ones you have to give back.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna put them over here. Guild ration. Since
Now-
I don't have any superiority dice, I can just use my class stuff for whatever I want.
Fair enough. You can always add more of those too. I've had a character that has like 7 or 8 of them, just for random things like crossbow bolts. I kept track of them over there. It was easy. Okay, when you guys are on a hunt, just like in the video game, you're able to find a variety of resources, right? Also in the guild chest is a bug net. 1 bug net, 1 fishing pole with necessary accoutrements, 1 and 1 mining pick. So you will have to decide who has that, and what that does is that determines who's going to roll when you're looking for that particular item. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'll get a fishing pole.
Yep.
I want the bug net.
Okay. Juniper's taking the bug net.
I'll take the fishing pole because I don't have any strength, and I assume strength has something to do with the mining pick.
I'll take the mining pick. I actually was thinking that was probably the best one for me.
I like it.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
I like it. So as we go through the hunt, when you enter a new area, if you want to look for resources, you can gain up to a certain number of resources in the zone, and then you max out on how many resource piles you're able to access throughout the zone. When you come into an area and you decide you want to look, right? You want to look for it. And you will determine whoever is looking for it. So, Geo, if you're like, I want to look for mining nodes, you would roll against the mining node DC of the area, and then you would see if you succeeded or failed, right? If you succeed, that means we found some mining nodes, and you're able to, everybody's able to get 1 resource from that. You'd all roll 1 resource to get that, right? Same with mushrooms, plants, insects, fish, and bone piles. We have all 6 of those. You can collect in the Verdant Hills up to 7 times. So keep that in mind as you go. And let's make sure we keep track of what ones... I agree, Gio. It does seem like that. Let's keep track if we run to any of these resources while we're out and about. Let's make sure that we keep track of what ones it is so that our 2 players that are absent today will be able to roll on those as well. I'd hate for them to miss out on resources because they're not feeling well or they had a scheduling conflict.
Cool.
All right. There's a ton of explanation while we're here. Not a whole lot of roleplay, but I think we're ready to finally set out from camp. Which means, Pacom,
Okay.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to be moving over to Zone 1. And I'm going to need you to give me a survival check. Okay. I'm going to drag you guys over here. All right. Okay, so with that being a success, I need to... Man,
Just a 17 hit.
the 17 it misses. No hit for you. Okay. That's wrong. 142. All right. So, I do apologize for taking as long as it is. Geo, you send us up this way to this area. Now, at this point, what will happen is our scout will be able to scout the zone out using their stealth and their perception.
All right, I will grab that.
Fantastic.
Those are good rolls.
Those are great. So, you come in here to this area 1. You should only have a little bit of vision. Is that correct? You should be able to see basically this.
Yep.
Kind of, right? So everything's blocked off, like from the top of the screen down to the bottom, but like the bottom section of the screen you can see all the way across horizontally, if that makes sense.
Yep. That's kind of what I was expecting there. So what's going to happen here is Orion, as you sneak your way forward, I'm going to scoot your character up for you to get a good view of the zone. You notice there is a Velocidrome currently eating the remains of an Aptonoth. There's a dead Aptonoth there, and there's a Velocidrome currently eating it. It has not noticed you. You have the opportunity to sneak back to the party and let the party know what's going on. Otherwise, it is a nice little beach with a few different a way into the cliffside that's next to you, or you can follow along the river and continue northward.
All right. I would like to sneak back to the park. That is so cool. I'm sorry. I love the the fog of war stuff. That's really cool. We've never experienced that. Anyway, sorry. Then let's sneak back to the party and whisper to them that I saw a Velocidrome up there. He's eating an Aptonoth. We could probably, I think we could take him. I think we should take him out.
I mean, we probably could take him out, but are we going to save our strength for the Arzuros, or do we want to spend it here?
It doesn't. It's a pretty wide open area. I'm not sure how easily. I don't think I would have too much of an issue sneaking past him. It would be kind of difficult, but I'm not sure how easy it would be to sneak past him. It's kind of open. I didn't see a lot of cover that we could be hiding behind to sneak past.
That is true. Our other option would be to wait it out. So we fight it, wait it out. Stealth probably isn't an option, for me at least.
Now, Velocidrome for you guys is it is a very low rank hunt. It's something that's well within your range if you were to go out and hunt. Just one or two of you take care of a troublesome Velocidrome. I know I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other. Excuse me, but you would know a little bit about the Velocidrome, and that it's a creature that you guys have would have probably already dealt with in the past.
We should kill it.
We should kill it. We kill all creatures.
Hate animals.
I hate animals.
You convinced me. How do we want to approach this?
Well, right now he's distracted eating. I say we try to sneak up on him and see how that goes, and then just gang up on him all at once.
Alright. Lead the way, whoever wants to sneak up on him. I'll sit back here until you get a little bit ahead of me.
Okay. How do you want me to do that?
So you'll sneak your way up to basically where you're at. Where we're about to do a little bit of turn-by-turn action, I'm going to pull up the initiative chart. To roll initiative to make sure it gets onto the turn order list over here, you click on your character's token. Then, while selected on your token, you open up your character sheet and click the initiative. There we are. Juniper's got it.
Holy smokes, Junie.
Why did we get all those rolls all of a sudden? That's weird.
All ones.
And I will throw initiative down for him. Ha ha ha.
Well, if we're sneaky enough.
If you're sneaky enough, it doesn't matter. Okay. So,
All right,
Juniper, Juniper, you have first turn. We'll do it as regular turn order, so you'll have your move action, your attack action, and if you have a bonus action that you can use, you'll also have your bonus action. You can pursue moving up there as you please. You should have vision as your character has vision.
You want me to roll stealth?
I mean, if you're stealthing, yes. If you're just going to charge them, then no need for stealth.
I am not a charger.
That's fair.
One, why isn't it?
Perfect. So, I know you guys are new to using Roll20. Did you convert your characters over to it? It looks like you did.
Yeah, for the most part. I think we're mostly still using D&D Beyond to kind of help us
totally fine.
Information and stuff. But, yeah.
One thing that you can do, if you go to your character sheet and you look, if you highlight any of your stats or your skills, it's going to show up red. If you click on it, it automatically rolls that. So I'm on your target, Juniper, and I rolled animal handling. Oh, yeah, I'm rolling to myself so you guys can't even see it. Right? So let's do
it. You rolled a 24 and a 23, which is pretty.
Yeah. Well, wasting my good rolls.
Juniper uses animal handling.
Yeah. Yeah. Fix that before I forget about it. And if you look at the top of your, when you're on the core section. Oh, they didn't show up. What's going on there? Never mind, I guess. Weird. Okay. Well, either way. So you should be able to just click on that and it'll automatically roll it so you don't have to type it out every time. It'll save you a little bit of trouble.
Cool.
Okay. So you've rolled fantastic on your stealth, so go ahead and move yourself. You're 30 feet. Well, at stealth you move at half speed, so you would move half your total speed. What is your speed? Are you 30?
30.
So you would move 15 feet. If you want to use your attack action, or rather your action to perform a dash, you can move an additional 15 feet while maintaining your stealth.
I am 40 feet away from this. You don't want me to cast Animal Friendship? Okay. Can I prepare an action?
Yeah. What do you want to prepare?
I want to prepare. Great. Where'd it go? Produce flame. I want to produce a flame in my hand, which is a cantrip.
Okay.
and just wait for Freak. What's your name?
My name's Orion.
Orion but you're the next one to attack. So I'm gonna wait till someone attacks it, and then I'm going to throw my flame at it.
Okay, sounds good. All right, that'll bring it to my Velocidrome. I'm going to give him a percentage chance to accidentally turn around because he absolutely does not know you're there. It's a very low percentage chance. Oh my gosh.
Got him.
Okay, so here's what happens. He's eaten the Aptonoth, and he kind of picks his head up, and he looks kind of back this way, just kind of scanning his area. You don't think he noticed you, but you're definitely within range of his eyesight as he's turning his head.
Okay.
But it goes back to eating the Aptonoth. Orion.
All right, I'm going to stealth as well. And I will come up over here with a stealth roll. Being there.
Oh, baby.
Oh, it was a good stealth roll. Yeah, we're
We've got some great rolls tonight.
Yeah, at first I was kind of bummed that we weren't using physical dice, but I mean,
Yeah.
virtual dice are shooting as well. And then yeah, I'm gonna prepare an attack for if Pacom if anybody behaves in an aggressive manner in terms of attacking.
Okay.
Is that too vague?
It's super vague, but we'll go with it.
Okay. Can I use a bonus action to command Papi Chulo to come by me?
Of course. So remember, if you want him to stealth his way up there, he's going to be moving at half speed with his stealth check. Otherwise, I think his movement speed is 40, so he won't be quite all the way to you. Looks like he'll be closer to Pacom, unless you have him just walk.
I'll probably just have him come over here by Pacom.
Okay. If he's stealthing, make sure you give me his stealth check. Which I think is probably just a dexterity save.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. As Papi Chulo's kind of making his way over, he notices like a small squirrel or something, that a small prey animal, and he kind of does a little cat-like eyes thing, jumps at it. But unfortunately, it has run between Pacom's feet, and so he kind of head first right into Pacom's shield. Nobody's hurt, but it does make a strong noise. Yeah. Pacom, it's your turn.
Sweet. I will attempt to stealth up to this corner right here. I just want to get vision on the creature, but I'm getting to where I have at least 3/4 cover to hide. Let me roll a stealth check too.
And yours is at disadvantage because you got heavy armor on, right?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter.
With a +1. Look at that. So, Juniper, it startles you when Pacom moves up next to you because you didn't hear him coming. Do you have anything for bonus action or your regular action?
One second. Let me check if this is an action or not.
Okay.
It's a bonus action, so I think I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, I like it. Juniper.
I'm going to walk over to Orion and cast guidance on him. You get an extra 1d4
Oh, cool. What, 1d4 to...
ability checks.
Does that count for, like, attacks?
Guidance, I believe, will cover that. Let me take a look.
If that guidance was just for ability checks, but don't quote me on that.
Well, let's see if it's. Oh, it is in here. Good. Let's take a look. Maybe it'll load. We'll see. To be fair, I do have a lot of stuff open.
So it just says the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to one ability check of its choice.
Okay, so it would be an ability check. It's similar. It's the exact same thing that you get from spicy sausage.
Okay, so does not get added to attacks.
Nope, not to an attack.
Right. Cool.
And it's specifically an ability roll. So guidance actually sounds like it'd be great on helping the chef when they start out cooking.
There you go. Cool. All right.
And that's it.
Okay. Are you stealthing over to him?
Yes. Let's see if that works again. Public?
There you go.
Nice.
Jeez.
Yeah, no kidding.
You guys are killing it. Unfortunately, what happens is the Velocidrome, you believe, heard Orion's buddy, Papi Chulo, make his loud gong noise and starts sniffing the air and is turned around. He looks at your party. He hasn't attacked, but he is kind of crouching down and getting its hands up and kind of lowering its head, ready for a charging attack. But it has not moved away from its Aptonoth. Orion.
I'm gonna shoot it. So I guess. Hold up, sorry. I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
I like it.
And that's a 1d8.
Do you use a longbow?
I do use a longbow. Well, I'm using the Monster Hunter bow, which has the same stats as a
that's fair.
longbow.
That's fair. Which is hilarious because that's at least 3 times your size.
Right, exactly. Well, it's a Palico-sized longbow.
That's fair. That's fair.
with extra springiness in it. Okay.
Still hits like a truck.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got 4 strings. You just pull all back onto that one to get that extra power.
And that's a plus 7, I think. Nope. Did I do that wrong? Oh, yep. I'm too used to Reddit.
Oh, you're good.
Here we go.
Okay. 16 is most definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
All right. Gosh, why do I keep... I'm sorry, I keep doing r/. And that would be Dex plus my proficiency bonus, right? Which is 2.
Not proficiency bonus, but it would be the damage plus dex.
Right, okay. Hey.
Holy Toledo.
These max rolls, man. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna yell at Poppy to get his butt over here and attack.
I like it. Probably getting him out right there.
Cool. Arr. This is gonna make this.
It doesn't even sound like an RQ. It's just like an angry house cat. Back home.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty ripped for an angry house cat.
That's fair.
Strength of 16.
Stand right here. How does ready work?
What's that?
How does readying action work?
So you declare what action you're readying, and then you declare what needs to happen for you to use it, right? You might say, I'm going to attack him if he enters my melee range, right? And so you're prepared for that. If he doesn't enter your melee range, you don't end up doing anything.
That's what I want.
So, I figured.
And I'm going to use my bonus actions for Giant Smite. I am now a large creature, and I get a couple myriad of bonuses.
Sounds good. Now you're as big as it is. It steps back. I don't know about this anymore. Juniper.
Hey, I'm going to cast my flame at it.
I like it.
Hopefully I'm doing this
Does that give me a? Do I roll a saving throw, or is it you roll to a hit?
I think it's a roll to hit. Let me find it.
Yeah, it's rolled a hit.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Ooh, that's definitely a hit.
Damn it.
I mean, it does damage. Not as much as we would have liked, but hey, a hit's a hit. Do you have anything else?
I'm going to. I'm assuming it's seen us all, so I need to. It doesn't matter if I sneak.
Oh yeah, it's looking right at you. You guys have also shot it twice, so like
Yeah.
it's aware of your presence.
Okay. I'm just gonna move there, and I'm gonna wait behind our wall.
I like it. Okay. All right, so here's what's going to happen. He moves. So the Velocidrome runs at you, takes a couple steps, and leaps into the air, slamming down right here. So I need a either a strength or a dexterity saving throw, your choice, from either, from both Papichulo and Pacom.
Sweet. And then I add my shield's AC. So 17 is the actual number.
All right, I like it. Okay, so each of you are going to take, let's see, 1d6 plus 3, cut in half, so 7, cut in half, 3 damage. And you are pushed out of your square to an adjacent square. So you each take 7 damage.
Shieldmaster says I take no damage.
Oh, how does that work?
Let me post it in the chat.
Oh, it's like
if you are subjugated to an effect that allows you to make a dex saving throw, you take only half damage. You use your reaction and take no damage. If you succeed the saving throw, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect.
I love it, dude. That's perfect.
That's awesome. That's such a sick
and I mean that's absolutely 100% a lance wielder's thing. Also, you get your reaction attack. Well, not reaction attack, but you get your
ready to action.
Your ready to action. That's a hit.
I get an extra D6 because I'm big.
Oh.
And I shove him backwards 5 feet.
I like it. Do I not get a strength check to check?
Actually I can't because it uses my bonus action and it's not my turn. I can't use my bonus action when it's not my turn. But if you look at the top bullet point for Shieldmaster, that's what it would be under. No saving throw.
So to try to shove a creature, which means we would be able to have our contested athletics or strength checks. So
nice.
Sounds good. I love it. Yeah, you have sufficiently poked him, Orion.
All right, I'm going to shoot him.
Surprise!
So that's
that's for sure a hit.
And then it is, I think I got this set up.
That's the attack roll. If you click on the name Lombo right there, it should automatically roll your damage as well. Oh, that's your crit. So in the chat box where you see how it has your hit, when you highlight the word Lombo, that'll
that's what you mean.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then I'm also going to use my Nargacuga's reaction.
Okay.
To infuse my strike.
Ooh, I like it.
Which causes 1d6 extra poison damage.
Ooh, went with the poison.
What did I do wrong there? There we go.
Ooh, 5 poison damage. Do I have to make any sort of a save, or is it just that's the damage type?
That's just the damage type. Yeah. Sorry. So yeah. It doesn't matter.
No. Totally fine. I read through it a little while ago because I was going to play one, and then I forgot everything when I decided not to play it.
So,
good.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Is that your turn?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell my. Sorry, I'm gonna have a hard time remembering to be using my bonus action to tell Papi Chulo to attack, but I'm gonna tell Papi Chulo to bite him.
I love it. Maybe chat can give us some additional names that we might try out.
Okay. All right, so then I guess Papi Chulo's turn. Bite.
Well, we take the first one, so it's a 17. That definitely hits. Again, if you click on the name Bite, it should roll. Looks like it did. 2 piercing damage.
Oh, it did not add the proficiency bonus to that.
Oh, you would have to type that in manually. It doesn't recognize PB, so you get an extra +2?
Yes. Yeah. So
Yep.
4 damage, right? Yeah.
Yep. Beautiful. Back home.
Yay! Now I guess I will try to make an attack.
Jab and stab. Well, that's definitely a hit. Roll your extra d6 as well for your additional damage.
And I'm invoking my fire rune.
Ooh, what does fire rune do? Ooh!
2 extra d6s, and it needs to make a strength saving.
Strength saving throw. Here we go. See how he does. 16.
16, that's probably good enough. I don't know what actually the DC is for it, because I don't know what my spell save is on a fighter.
I'll have to look up Rune Knight later. I'm 90. Like, you would have to have a +6 to whatever your stat is. And that would still tell you have to have a +7 for me to lose with a 16 to a third level character. So whatever happens doesn't.
So yeah, 16 damage.
I love it. Okay, Juniper.
And actually, since I don't have a bonus to actually use this turn, I am going to shove him back 5 feet.
Perfect. All right, let's get opposed athletics check. See how that works.
I do have advantage.
I still rolled a 20.
Unfortunate.
Dirty 20, but even so.
And I guess the last thing is, can I move into this square right here?
Yes, you can. You still got your movement.
I will.
Okay.
That's my turn.
We were just on Pacome. That means Juniper's turn.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on him.
Okay.
Is hopefully a hit.
For sure. I mean, you roll a 23. That's not a hopefully it hits, unless you're like talking about Elder Dragon level. Holy Toledo, 13 damage?
Holy smokes.
Okay, if you guys have stream up, you should take one quick peek at it real quick. Because
what am I looking at?
The Velocidrome's health had exactly 13 health.
Nice.
So, you drop the Velocidrome. It is dead skis.
Heck yeah. Awesome.
All right.
I like
Let's
it.
carve this bad boy up.
Carve it up. So for a carve check, you're going to roll I'll pull it up right here real quick. So carving your kills, you're going to make a dexterity survival check. So if you're trained in survival, you're going to roll your proficiency bonus with your dexterity check against the creature's carve DC. We did do sooner. This guy's carve DC, the DC is 10 plus half the CR rounded down. He's only CR 1, so the carve DC is a 10. Even on a fail, you do get a carve. You just get a specific one you don't get to roll. So whoever's carving, I assume all three of you are, go ahead and give me your dex survival checks.
So my dex and wisdom are the same. So I didn't even bother. Yeah, so then just hit your survival thing.
It's really hard to carve when you're this big, and you have like a tiny regular sized knife.
That's fair. It's also really hard to carve when you're Juniper size. Apparently. So Juniper and Pacome, you get a Velociprey scale off of this Velocidrome. And Orion, give me a D20 roll. See what you get. Just a straight D20. 19! You end up with some Velocidrome hide.
Woo! Now we can have double background music.
Diddle, 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 diddle.
I cut the rest of the skin while they're like scraping a couple of scales from the hide that I'm cutting off. You guys got it pretty big, Orion says as he's skinning it.
I already have one, and I'll gesture to what I'm literally wearing on my back.
Okay. So we are out of combat. You guys have the opportunity to look around, check the area for anything that you may have missed.
Can we carve the Aptonoth too?
You can attempt it. The Aptonoth is pretty chewed up, so you may not get anything off of it.
If we can just get ration, I think that's fine.
I mean, that's fair.
It's an 11, because it's Dex and not Wisdom.
Oh, you all did it. So give me a D20 each of you.
Dude.
Okay. Pacome and Juniper, you guys get raw meat. If you cook up the raw meat, it can provide 2 days' worth of rations. But Orion, you are able to secure a small monster bone, which will allow, it's an uncommon weapon upgrade material.
Awesome. Heck yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty, I am probably medium-sized once again.
So over here looks like it's a cliff.
It's a little bit of a rise you'd have to climb up, but it's not much.
At least compared to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Orion.
Yeah.
As Poppy Chulo is kind of walking around here, he kind of turns and he's kind of raising his hackles at something over here on the edge of the water.
What do you see, Poppy?
Hey, Papito! ¿Qué vistas? Huh? You move over there, and you actually see it is there's some deep impressions that are starting to get washed away as the water comes by, but they are definitely Arzuros feet. And so you've got kind of a good idea, and that those Arzuros feet seem to kind of mosey up north.
All right, I'm gonna tell the rest of the party. So Poppy over here noticed these Arzuros feet, and if you look at them, because of the way that they are, it looks like the Arzuros was traveling north. So if we want to catch up to him, we need to go that way.
Yeah, lead on.
All right.
Both your characters, I think.
I guess so.
You guys should have a black screen at the moment.
Yep.
Yep.
As I bring your characters on, that should hopefully fix itself. Why does Poppy Chew keep getting so big? He needs to not be that big. Okay. So this should take its moment. Gio, go ahead and give me a. We need your survival check, as you are the trailblazer, and then we'll be pulling up.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Okay. Okay. Over here, actually, it's going to be up to Orion.
What do you want me to roll?
Your stealth and perception.
Stealth and perception. There's stealth and perception. Holy rolls!
Holy jeebies.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll like this more often.
No kidding.
Yeah, man. All right, well, no surprises for you guys.
When we hit the Arzuros, though, I'm going to be rolling nat ones all the time.
I hope so. At least that way there will be a challenge at some point. Okay, so what you see up here are some Vespoids and a Vespoid queen kind of hovering around in the shade up there.
All right, I relay that to the party. There are some Vespoids up there with a Vespoid queen.
Squash bug time?
They might be a little bit too big for the bug net. But, you know, again, it doesn't really look like there's much way that we can get around them. Can I, like, peek around to this corner a little bit?
Yeah, give me a stealth check, move your way up.
All right. Oh, that was worse.
You hear something that's like a buzzing, what?
Must have been the wind.
Yeah, must have been the wind.
Oh, my head. Can I tell if they're advancing on us or, like, looking angry?
They're just kind of moving around at the moment.
Can I roll something to see if I can spot any Arzuros footprints from here and figure out a direction where they may be gone?
Well, I mean, with your nat 20, if you knew there were any footprints or tracks in this area, you would see those signs, but you're not seeing any signs of the Arzuros.
Okay.
Good chance that it's just been moving along in the water, because at this point it's still all kind of a bit of a cliff here. It would have a harder time climbing up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say he's probably still moving north, which would mean we'd have to go through these Vespoids anyway. There's not much chance of us sneaking around them either, so should we just make like the Velocodrome in the last area and turn them into pants?
Yep.
Turn them into pants.
Bug pants.
Bug pants.
The best kind of pants.
Wow, I feel super dumb. I did all of the front page stuff of the Vespoid Queen, but I did none of the dice portion for the combat.
You like my pants? They're made out of giant mosquitoes.
Yeah. There's a joke in there. I'm not sure I want to say it on stream. So, but it's definitely there. Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm just sharing it with you guys. Okay. Are you guys? How do you want to go about this process? Are we charging up there? Are we?
If we're sneaking in, we're gonna have to do the same thing because I may have rolled well last time, but that will not happen forever.
That's fair.
So I say we kind of maybe hang back around here maybe, and pepper them from range until they get close, and maybe have Pacome, if you want to stand up front with with Poppy.
Yeah.
To kind of intercept them as they get closer to us.
Yep.
All right. So should we? Can we move, or do you want to do initiative?
We need to do
first?
initiative. We'll do initiative first, and then we will be able to go from there. So
Cool.
remember to click on your characters when you initiatize.
Noise. Suck it, Vespoids.
Okay, Orion, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna come over here. How far away is that? Is that within 150 feet? I think so.
Should be within 150. You shooting at this guy?
Yeah, I'll shoot the guy on the right, and I'm gonna bring. Oh, I guess Nargacuga moves just after me. Yeah, so I'll shoot this guy up here.
Okay.
And that will be this one.
If that's not a hit, I don't know what you're gonna do. Okay.
19 armor class, Vespoid.
Vespoid Queen is beef. Yeah, you put an arrow straight through this Vespoid's abdomen. It just drops immediately. The other Vespoids are 100% aware of where you are, but they're just now getting their movement going on.
Okay. And then I'm going to tell Poppy to move up there. I might just name him Poppy. Maybe it'll be a girl. Poppy, like Poppy.
Oh, I was still thinking in Spanish, and I was like, that's dad, not girl. That's not.
Ironically.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, it's like when I got my my Rajane in Monster Hunter Stories, and I named him Sweetums.
Awesome.
Okay, so Vespoid Queen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's see what this looks like. Okay, she is going to release corrosive gas. Fire it out in front of her. Some corrosive gas in an area. It's a 30-foot cone, but Poppy's the only one up in there. So go ahead and give me a DC 14 Dex save for Papito.
The only campaign where poison
Happens.
the amulet of the cloud is useful.
Yeah. So Poppy takes 10 acid damage.
Ah.
Oh, lucky you guys. It's corrosive gas. It will permanently damage non-magical gear. So, it's pretty solid. Also, just by way of clarification, this right here, in order to get up there, if you're going to melee her, you would have to climb up there in order to do it. It's about a 10-foot gap. And then as long as you have this in between you and this guy, he's got significant cover from any attack. Juniper.
3/4?
Yep.
To move up. 1, 2, 3. There. And I'm going to hit the queen, hopefully. I'm going to try and hit her with Produce Flame.
I like it. Yeah. That'll work. Wait. Okay, I was like, there's no way you just did 18 damage with a freaking cantrip at 3rd level. So in the chat box, if you click on its name, it'll then roll.
There you go.
So I rolled that, so you'll go ahead and roll your own damage.
Oh. Okay.
That's too bad.
I like yours better.
I know, right? Okay.
We haven't been getting enough good rolls in this game.
Yeah, I know, right? You guys are really struggling to get good rolls tonight. Okay. Okay, that Vespoid goes up in the air, flies, comes on over there, and that's kind of where he ends his turn. He's got nothing else he can do this turn. Back home.
Back home. The one campaign where I don't take range.
That is unfortunate.
Here's the real question, though. Am I more useful attacking or more useful defending?
Whatever you doing, man.
I guess I'll make a climbing check.
Okay, so I'll be an athletics check. Yeah, athletics check. Yeah, that's good enough to get there, no problem. It's not much of a climb for you, considering all you have to do is kind of reach your hands up a little bit and pull yourself up.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and stab away. That is enough to kill the baby Vespoid. You child murderer.
I'm shoving him 5 feet.
I mean, he'll fly as far away from you as you want him to. Okay. You have anything else? You use your bonus action. Orion.
Yep. I'm coming. And I am going to shoot the, see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move up 5 feet, and I'm going to shoot the Vespoid Queen with that.
I mean, that hits.
Dealing that much damage, and Poppy is going to use his reaction to add 1 poison damage.
Yes.
1 extra damage. Yeah.
She's struggling because of that 1 point. That's the difference.
And I'm going to tell Poppy to be more careful next time, but go bite her wings off.
Okay. He'll need an athletics check to get up, but you can go ahead and you can move him.
Okay.
So move him to the base of the cliff wherever he's going to try and climb up, and then athletics check. If he doesn't have athletics, it'll be just a strength check.
No.
And that's unfortunate.
Right.
Poppy is the one who cannot roll tonight.
Poppy, you moron.
Poppy goes to climb up it. He leaps. He latches on with his Nargacuga hands, and the rocks kind of crumble away. I mean, it's right next to a river, so it's a little bit more clay than shale. And it just kind of scrambles, and he falls over onto his back. Scrambles up to his feet real quick so he doesn't get attacked, but he's there he is. And the Vespoid Queen sees an opening, and she comes to strike.
No, Poppy.
No, Poppy! Don't die, Poppy! So I'm rolling on the Vespoid chart, but it's actually a bit better. +2 additional to that, which I think actually probably misses. Does a 15 hit Poppy?
Nope, he's got 16.
Well, there you have it. She goes to stab him, and Poppy, this time, knowing what's going on, is able to juke and stay just out of her reach.
Yeah, Poppy.
All right, Juniper.
Produce flames.
Yes, burn the buggy. That's a hit. And that's a burn. A bit of a scorchy scorch.
1d3.
It's not bad. It's a little below average.
Anything with your bonus action?
No.
Okay. That brings to Pacombe.
Great. Do I have to make an athletics check to get back down?
You'll need to make... there's enough loose rocks there. I want you to make a dex save just so that you don't trip and end your movement there.
Woo!
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Sweet. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit. The Vespoid Queen, while she's aware of your wily tricks, does a little buzzy move and pirouettes out of the way.
Have you ever tried to kill a mosquito with a toothpick?
I know, right? I have actually tried to kill Vespoids with a lance. I used to main lance in Monster Hunter World. It is not easy. It is the worst experience.
I always hated Vespoids. They were always some of the most freaking obnoxious.
Man, they are terrible.
Them
I agree.
and what are the sand sharks called again?
Oh,
The Cephalos, yeah.
yeah. Oh, I hate those guys.
They ticked me off.
Heck those guys.
All right, that'll bring us to Orion, unless you have a bonus action, Pacombe.
No.
Okay.
Not this turn.
Orion.
All right, I'm gonna shoot her again.
I mean, you're definitely going to shoot her.
9 damage, and as usual, Poppy will add
1 point. Ooh! Full
Yes.
6. Okay. Your arrow. You let loose your arrow, and it just crushes her entire abdomen. And just drops that Vespoid Queen like it's nobody's business.
Woo!
nice.
More cards.
Four carves.
Just for flavor wise, I'm coming over and tending to Poppy for a little bit because he got kind of hurt that time.
I like it. You guys will get 2 carves off the Queen and 1 carve off of each Vespoid. The first person to carve off of each of the Vespoids is going to give me a luck check to see if they're too damaged to be carved.
Nice
So
time.
including the Vespoid Queen, or just
Nope, Vespoid Queen. I'm not gonna take that away from you guys. So
So you want us to roll 2 survival checks?
correct. You'll have 2 checks. Okay. All right. So Pacombe, go ahead and roll once. 1d20. Juniper, you'll give me 1d20. Orion, you'll give me 2. Okay, Pacombe, you get 2 Vespoid abdomens.
Yay.
I'm so excited. Then Orion, 14 and a 4. You get monster fluid and a Vespoid abdomen.
I drink the monster fluid.
No.
I don't know if I'd recommend that. Not raw. I mean, mix it with something else. Juniper, you are going to get a Vespoid abdomen and a Queen Vespoid shield.
Monster
Shell.
fluid is it?
Excuse me, shell.
Oh, hell. That sounds dope.
Yeah. You get a whole new shield from her. But yeah, you get you're able to pull off enough of her shell to be able to utilize on some armor in the future if you choose to.
All right, I'll
Monster
come up
fluid.
to the northern Vespoid. And
Okay.
how do you want me to roll a luck check? How does that work?
So
Is it
if you
just
do /roll 4DF. There you go. Yeah, you can definitely carve off of them.
Yeah.
Wait, so what did that do?
It rolls what's called a fudge die, which has 2 blank sides, 2 pluses, and 2 negatives. And it's just a random roll to see if your luck holds out.
Cool. All right.
Survival checks.
Yep, 1 each. Jeez, Geo.
What?
I don't think you've made 1 survival check, 1 successful one. Okay, give me your
Hey,
d20s.
This thing caters towards rogues.
I mean, that's fair.
The rogue favoritism.
That's fair. Okay. All 3 of you get a Vespoid shell.
I like this rolling low for our cars.
Yeah.
And then I guess, yeah, I'll come up and do this guy too. So
Give us a luck check.
Wait, what did we get from that Vespoid? Sorry?
You got a Vespoid shell. Oh my gosh.
Nice.
I don't know that I've ever seen that much luck in 2 rolls. Because it's normally bad. But everybody gets 1 roll.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Juniper Orion, give me d20s.
I'll go ahead and mark down another Vespoid shell.
Yep. See you later, do sooner. Thanks for stopping by, man. Okay, everybody can mark down another Vespoid shell. I guess heck you and your success because it's not good enough.
Cool. This is sick. Killing Vespoids.
I want to look for mining outcrops. What do we do for that?
All right. So looking for mining outcrops is going to be a...
Can I assist with them looking for stuff?
Yeah. Give me it's going to be an investigation check. Let me get to the right spot. It's taking forever to scroll.
I think one of my mods gives me extra investigation.
Ooh. So, Gio, go ahead and roll investigation with advantage, and then once we see what Orion's roll is, that'll let us know if we get to use them both, or if we just use whatever the first one is.
Okay. Do we want to stack guidance?
Not a bad idea.
Guess not.
Oh, she's casting guidance. Yeah, sorry.
Sweet.
We're just moving into our new office building. We just finished building the shed, and we're still trying to figure out where to place all the desks. So she's kind of
Gotcha. That makes sense. 16 is definitely good enough. You're able to find a mining node. So you'll roll a strength save or a strength check on the mining node. Everybody who wants to mine has the opportunity to mine once from the mining node.
Now, is it a saving throw or a strength check?
I would say strength or athletics.
Okay.
Well, athletics. Because that's just your raw strength one way or the other.
Yeah.
+0.
Right, so even if we don't have the pick, we can still roll for it?
Yes. You'll each have the opportunity. Wowzers. Okay.
This is the highest number of nat 20s I've ever seen in my life.
There's quite a few. Geo, you receive Macalite ore.
Woo! Malachite!
And Juniper, you receive Earth Crystal and Earth Crystal. And Orion, you get a stone.
Yeah.
I got rock!
I'm gonna throw it at monsters. Stone was always my favorite thing to get in the game. Bringing down a Rathalos with just chucking rocks at him.
Oh, it's the best. What's really great in Monster Hunter World, when you set up bombs and then you did the little fireworks, because those would proc your bombs, and that killing the monster. So
There
you
you go.
kill it with fireworks. I think we did that once. Because, I mean, the fireworks only do like 1 point of damage. It's delicious.
All right. So what do you guys think? I think it's fairly apparent that from what I saw before, that the Arzuros hadn't come up the cliff from the water side. So it's most likely that they're heading north.
Yeah, if that's where you think they're going.
Juniper, if you want to give me an investigation check while you're right there. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d20. All right. You find, while you're down there kind of digging around, you find a pouch that's normally carried by a wild Malinx. You recognize what this is. It's just referred to as the secret stash. It's got some miscellaneous bits and baubles, but you are able to sell it if you choose to when you get back to a town or visit somebody. They generally go for about 5 gold. Is about what you can expect to get from the bits and baubles that you find in here. So go ahead and write secret stash down. You found it as you're digging around.
I found Flyne treasure, guys. buttons. Make a coat.
Go with our mosquito pants.
Yep.
Button fastenings.
You know what? I have a burrowing speed.
What?
That's true. You do.
I've got the Chupacabra tusks.
I like it. Geo, as you guys move into the next zone, go ahead and give me your survival check to see how our Trailblazer is doing.
Average.
Suena
Perfectly average.
Buena. Go ahead. Oh, I gotta roll that, not you.
Yep.
I wish I had everything on one page. It would make it easier.
No one page for you.
No one page. Okay. All right. So then that's going to bring us up to Orion.
All right, stealth and survival, right? No, stealth and shoot. I'm sorry, stealth and perception. There we go.
Uh-huh.
Nice. That's pretty good.
Okay. What you are able to notice, I want to see if this will work. I've only done this a few times, so I want to see if this will work. We'll bring you up here. So here's my goal. We'll see if it works. Okay, you should be changing zones, but everybody else should still be in the previous zone.
Yeah, I see a new zone.
Okay. So what you see what you see. These guys are a couple of felines. They look fairly heavily armored, considering they're definitely not wild Malinx. They are some potent enough felines, and they have made a bit of a barricade here. They don't see you. They seem to be arguing amongst themselves, but they don't see you.
Can I tell if they're like, because I know that I think it's the Gajalaka are very aggressive, or is it the Shakalaka? So Gajalaka and Shakalaka are pretty aggressive and will generally attack monster hunters.
Correct.
And the like. can I tell if they are of that feline?
Of that ethnicity?
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm profiling
Your
them.
profile. Man, I'm really glad I didn't put wild melons out there because they're all black. That would be awkward. So they do have a bit more of an aggressive posture than you might expect. They've definitely they don't look to be Gadulaka or Shakalakas, right? They're definitely more civilized felines. These guys, you imagine, if they'd been working with a hunter, could serve as palicos. They've got some gear. One of them's carrying a bone pick that's got a little what looks to be like a velociprey skull backing up the bone pick, and another one's got a little hammer, and one of them's got a bow.
Gotcha. Do you think I could? Is the barricade? Is it kind of thick enough that I might be able to hide behind it if I got closer and tried to listen in on what they're talking about?
Yeah. Go ahead and give it a shot. You'll need a stealth check, but go ahead and have advantage because so far you are unnoticed.
No, that's right. Click advantage at the top.
Okay.
Those aren't excellent. Hopefully they're imperceptive.
I'm checking right now.
Very perceptive.
They haven't reacted to you.
Okay, can I hear at all? So are they still kind of talking and arguing naturally amongst themselves?
Yeah, they're talking amongst themselves. They're arguing about the barricade and why they picked the area for the barricade. One of them's blaming the other one, saying they picked a terrible spot for the barricade because no hunters come this way. It's not past enough. There's no way they're going to make any money. Another one says that he thinks the barricade's a dumb idea in general. They should just, it's the one carrying the pick. He says he's talking about just mining and working. He doesn't seem to be super intent on the barricade, but it definitely feels like the barricade is here to extract a toll from passing people. They do indicate that they have received some tolls in the past, but that it seems times have been lean.
Okay, can I if I were to try to cast thaumaturgy to like make a sound appear over here, would they hear me? So like, how do you rule? So I know it's a verbal component. Mm-hmm. So do I have to like shout the spell words to cast thaumaturgy, or can I kind of whisper? Because I don't want to take away from like sorcerers have the, the quiet casting and stuff. So would it in spell casting would it be loud enough that they would see me obviously casting a spell or hear me casting a spell?
You are close enough that they would likely hear you casting a spell. Okay. Now the question remains on whether or not the noise on the far end is going to be enough to distract them. And they notice that noise from your thaumaturgy spell over your actual casting of the spell.
Okay. Then I'm not going to risk it. I was just thinking of maybe having them leave so that I can have a better chance of stealthing out of there, but I think I'm just going to try to stealth back to the party.
Okay, you go ahead and roll it with advantage again.
Oh,
never mind. No worries. That's more than enough. Okay, bring you back to the party.
There are a couple of felines up there. They are not the Gadulaka or Shakalaka. They're not the tribal, felines. These are more sophisticated. May have been palicos once upon a time or something along those lines. But it seems like they've put up a barricade to try to entrap hunters and exact a toll. They seem to be bandits of a kind. Do you think I would have the impression of you said that they weren't incredibly well, or they were okay equipped, but not like they wouldn't be like a terrible struggle for us if it came to fighting them?
They all have armor. They all have like they all are fairly decently armed as far as Linian you would meet in the wild go.
Okay.
These guys are much more armed than like a wild Malinx might be.
Okay. So yeah, so they seem to have pretty good equipment. We could probably take them on. It might be a little bit more of a fight than we'd like to sign up for. So we could always try going around. We could also try to scale down the cliffs here and maybe go up a different route, because they seem to have thought that that wasn't such a great place for their barricade to set up. So we might be able to find a way around with relative ease. What do you guys think?
I'm okay with going around.
Sure.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Is that possible, Kun? Can we like come down here and
Let's see.
stay on the
Where
beach?
Down here?
Is that kind of what you guys? Sorry, do we want to do that, or do we want to go? Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, we can come over this way. Would you rather try that to go around?
So just for clarity's sake, if you were to follow the river, the ground pulls up steeply. You may not have had a chance to see it very well from where you're at, but the cliff up where you were at is probably a 70, 80 foot drop. So with these zones aren't necessarily like right side by side. You're like, at sometimes you might be as much as a quarter mile ahead of the party in between zones. And even some hunts can be actual full days of travel between zones.
Gotcha.
We're in a fairly small hunting area, so you're only quarter mile ahead of them. So there's a long path between here and there.
Okay. So yeah, so probably not going along the beach then.
Yeah.
So just head out to the west then.
We could, but is that going to take us in the wrong direction?
It's likely. I mean, I don't know. If this is a relatively small area, we might. I don't know. I didn't ask enough questions apparently. Can I go back in and see if I can see any kind of tracks or traces of the Arzuros going through?
I mean, you can attempt it, but where you're at, you would have a hard time unless there happen to be tracks right there at the very opening to the area. So if there's anything further in, you won't be able to spot it. It'd have to be something in this area.
So it looks like there are other pathways to kind of get up to this area, as well as it. Okay, sorry. I can go back now to the other location. I think I know what I'm doing, but looking at the area, it looks like there's not really much around it, and that it curves around to the west anyway. As well as it looks like there was a path maybe coming from the west to where those bandits were. So I'm not sure we would go so far off track if we went west from here. At least not if we were having, or I don't know, I think we'd be able to pick up the tracks easily enough if we went west and continued north.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So, as I understand, you're going to be going to Zone 6?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. In the handout section, there's now our Arzuros hunt notes. You should all be able to contribute to that if there's anything that you want to make sure you write down. All right, Gio. Trailblazers on over to Zone 6.
We're getting there.
We are certainly getting somewhere.
Oh, that's true. Bring it up. You can talk about it.
I'm wondering how long I know that the animal is. Because there's no time. It says within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sorry, I was looking at something real quick. I'm gonna have to fix that because that's gonna drive me freaking nuts. All right, let's go ahead and move our scout. Give me your stealth and perception. Okay. You sneak your way up into the next zone. And this
Wait, we were
is...
going zone
that?
6. We were going to the other zone.
Yep. I put you in the wrong zone because I'm dumb.
Very good. All right, can I sneak up to those walls a little bit? Sorry, I'll roll a. Keep that moving myself. I'll roll a stealth check again. Kind of peek around. So it's just pretty empty in here.
Yeah, it's just vegetation, rocks. Climbing up this way, it's a bit of effort, right? You'd have to go like so to be able to make your way up that cliff face, but it is fairly easily scalable. And then there is a small opening over here that you can crawl your way into. You're not sure what would be back there, but you know for sure Pacome would have a very hard time getting through there.
I guess that's true.
Just let him build a barricade.
Yeah.
And talk to them, and we'll sneak up from behind.
Okay, I'm going to can I scale up this first wall? Just kind of explore the entire area so I get kind of an idea. Okay, so there's just that opening over there. It's all pretty empty with some steps. Okay, and this looks like it's going into a cavern kind of deal, is that?
That's what it looks like.
And I don't see anything about an Arzuros in here.
You don't yet. You haven't noticed anything. Though, to be fair, the scout's job is not to find it. It's the spotter's job to notice that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, I'll head back to the group and kind of explain that in the next area, where it's kind of a rocky, what would you call that? Like a ravine kind of deal. There's a tiny little opening out to the west side that's moving further west, which I don't think would be a good idea for us to go through, but it does go into a cave to the north. I'm not sure if it goes through and opens up on the other end. I didn't, but it seems my best guess would be that it would probably, if it's a cave, it might stop, and it could be the hideout for a different monster because it wasn't obvious that the Arzuros had come through this way. Be faced with something else, so maybe we should go up and just deal with the 3 palicos that are up there.
Could I pass locate animal to see if I could figure out which way, if that den could be? Is there a den?
So with locate animal, the problem with locate animal is you need, in this case, right? You need the specific animal, like the specific Arzuros. If you caught sight of the Arzuros and escaped, locate animal is a great one. Where you haven't seen the Arzuros yet, you don't have enough identifying marks of it, and you don't have enough signs and tracks, right? So far, all you found is one set of footprints. At that point, right, it wouldn't work. You don't think you have enough information to cast a spell and have it function.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we could take the 3 palicos up there. It might be, we might come away with a few scrapes, but I mean, we haven't really had any difficulty. I mean, Poppy's looking a little bit worse for wear, but he's okay. He's a celestial being. I'll just bring him back again.
So much love and concern.
Orion does love Poppy very, very deeply, but he's hard on him. He wants Poppy to grow up to be strong. He's gonna. Okay, his name is gonna be Sue.
Why?
Boy named Sue.
Boy named Sue. There we go.
Old Johnny Cash song.
Yep. All right. Sue for now. We'll see if that changes.
Are you guys moving? Where are you headed? What's the final decision, Trailblazer?
I guess we're headed toward the Palcos.
Okay. Heading north. All right, you should all be here. This is the wonderfully drawn barricade.
Did they notice us coming in?
Oh yeah, they noticed your party coming in this time.
I have the best charisma of everybody. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I have a -1 charisma.
That's hilarious.
The 2 cats can't talk to other cats.
There we go. Got ourselves a bit of a barricade.
Hey.
So it's just old rocks. Yes, old rocks as opposed to young rocks. It's just some rocks and some stones, and which are the same thing. That's a synonym, and some fallen trees and tree branches and whatnot. Just some refuse from the area that's kind of been piled up here. And as your party kind of comes up to where you're at, one of them kind of steps onto. We're gonna make that map layer. I'll make this a little easier. This guy, he steps up and puts his hands on his hips. He looks at you, and he tells you have to. Meowster hunters have to pay the toll.
Who's our face?
I think it's Cookie.
For upkeeping which roads?
For upkeeping which roads? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Roads here?
These ones.
These aren't paved.
No, you don't pave roads. Not in a hunt zone. What are you?
What am I? A half giant. What are you?
He kind of looks at the other felines, and they start speaking back and forth in their specific feline language, and Juniper and Orion, you guys are able to understand what they're saying. They're kind of talking back and forth about what the heck. This guy, he's with cats. He's with palicos. What? How does he not know what we are? Is he dumb? And they're kind of confused at the moment. And he turns back around. We're palicos, felines.
I'm going to say palicos? I've never heard of a palico before. Felines? What are felines?
Gosh.
And then I'm going to say, is that an Anjanath behind you? And then I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy behind them, and it's going to be the roar of an Anjanath. Can I do that?
I like it. Yeah. Have you ever heard the roar of an Anjanath?
I don't know. What, let's see. Maybe. Okay. So I've got an Arzuros piece. I have a Kutku, a Larinoth. Would a Larinoth have a bigger roar?
A Larinoth?
What was a Larinoth again? Oh, no. They probably wouldn't care about a long neck. Okay. Then I'll say, is that an Arzuros behind you? and then I'll make an Arzuros roar behind him with thaumaturgy.
Okay. So you make the roar. Give me a deception check. Ooh.
Hey,
Is that with a -1?
yeah.
I love it.
And then I'm going to say, I appreciate your guys upkeeping this path. We're hunting in Arzuros, and it sounds like he's just right over there. We need to go catch him right away before he, we've found bodies of palicos strewn across our trail as we've been coming up here. It seems like he's got a hankering for felines. So we've got to go run and catch him before he comes in and kills more.
So this feline, none of them have turned to look. He just kind of puts his elbow up on a piece of wood and leans his face onto his cheek and goes, "Really now?"
Yes.
Because we know this area pretty well. We know there's an Arzuros here, and we know where he's at, and he's not here.
Where is he?
What? You haven't paid the toll, Meowster Hunter. What am I gonna? I'm not giving you information for free.
What's your toll?
What do you got?
I got an arrow with your name on it. What's your toll?
I mean, we've got some arrows. We'll send them back. What do you got to offer? So being a feline, oftentimes when this sort of thing happens, there's not like a set cost, but you're negotiating, trying to give them something of value. You don't know how much value. Normally money itself isn't what they're looking for, because if they're out here living out here, money really has no value to them, because they don't tend to make their way towards civilization.
I got 2 raw meat.
I've got a Vespoid shell. Do you want a Vespoid shell?
Who's gonna make the actual offer, or is everybody just gonna start shouting stuff?
I already made an offer. My Christmas -1.
Okay, go ahead and give me a persuasion check with your raw meat.
Yeah, baby.
Are we all -1? Cool.
You see him kind of lick his lips. He's like, "Both of them?"
Sure.
You got a deal.
Alright, I am removing 2 raw meat from my inventory.
Okay. So they're not taking down the barricade. They tell you it's a permanent fixation here. So, but we do have a rope, and they kind of toss a rope over it so that you don't have to worry about climbing it.
How tall is this barricade?
I mean, it's about 10 feet or so.
So smaller than me in giant form.
Yes. I mean, if you want to change into giant form and step over it, by all means.
No, I'll just climb over.
Okay.
Alright, I'm climbing too. All right, I'll give you this Vespoid shell if you tell us where the Arzuros is. I'll make persuasion.
He laughs. He's like, I don't want a Vespoid shell.
I hide my 2 Vespoid shells behind my back.
Woo! Thanks for the raid, Nags.
Oh, Spanish strudel.
Yep, there's Strudel. Thank Mr. Pot. Okay, we gotta make sure we say thank Mr. Pot, so we get we're visited with good soup and vibes. Doesn't indicate the type of vibes, just that there are vibes. I love it. All right, so yeah, you guys have. I mean, they haven't given you any information. Yeah. There you go. Shoot, I lost my train of thought with that raid. Not that I had much of one in the first place. It's more like a wagon of thought. Ooh, Nags, I like that. I'm gonna have to get somebody into a fight real quick before we log out. Get that Nat 20 used. Orion and Juniper, this is your first time on a stream session. My viewers are able to, they can give experience points and gold to the players. They can add monsters to combat. So if we're in a fight, they can add more monsters to show up to fight. They can also give guaranteed Nat 20s and Nat 1s to players or DM. So if somebody wants to punish you guys, they can give you Nat 1s on your rolls and whatever you roll. Now we normally do it the next most recent roll that you have, but because some people cough cough Nags cough cough like to be like, I'm going to dance for the party around the campfire, so they can just waste the Nat 1. We've taken to I sometimes will postpone it and drop it on them.
Sure.
And likewise with the 20s, you are able to. Normally we use it with the next roll, but on a depending on circumstances, sometimes you can hold on to the Nat 20 for your next attack roll.
Cool.
So there's that, and so now I have a free Nat 20.
For who? For monsters?
For me. For whatever I want to use it on. Whatever Nag specified attack roll. So
The next attack roll.
That's true. He did specify next attack roll. So if you guys run to the Arzuros, he might get a crit for that first swing. Okay, so while you guys are here kind of standing around talking, they immediately have their little campfire over here, and they have immediately started cooking up this meat. It's apparent that they are quite hungry. From up close, you can tell their armor is a little bit dingy, a little bit more well-worn than it seemed, but it is definitely serviceable. They've got some chain shirts. One of them has some monster parts. You can't quite tell what they are. Over his shoulder, and then they have their weapons. This is a fairly. These three would have given you a much larger run for your money than you gave them credit for.
Okay. Good to know. I'm glad I didn't try to shoot one of them.
Yeah. I was worried you were gonna, because I don't think it was gonna end well for everybody.
I was thinking about it. Okay. Can I give them a first aid potion? Would that work?
If you want to, what are you going for here?
Well, I just wanted to see if I could get information as to where the Arzuros is. I just wanted to make sure that I can give them like the first aid potion, the thing that comes in the supply box. Yeah.
So the way those work is you can't take them home. Like, you don't have a permanent free potion. But however you use it during the hunt is how you use it during the hunt.
Okay. I'm gonna say, okay, you guys are smart. I can tell you guys are resourceful and intelligent. I've got this first aid potion here. We really need to find that Arzuros. Would you guys take this and give us information?
Well, yeah. I mean, the one of them he kind of, yeah. I think that's a good trade. I think I'd be willing to give you some help, Meowster Hunter.
Thanks. Thanks, Meowster.
And so he says they don't know its exact location, but they do know that it's up to the north here. There's they tell you there's two paths up here to the north. You can't see one from where you're at because it's way around the corner. But they tell you there's two paths up there. They did have it. They did see it pass by this area about a day or two ago, going that direction. And so they know it's. I think they haven't seen it come back, so they know it's still probably in those zones. They're indicating zones 9 and 10 is where you're looking, is what they're kind of pointing out to you. Say we don't have the exact spot of them. We know how to avoid them, right? We know what to look for when we're moving around, but he's up in that area somewhere.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So, head up that way.
Okay. Anybody need to do any? Anybody looking for any resources or anything?
Oh, there's probably no fishing spots around here.
Probably no fishing spots around here. That's for sure.
Catch some bugs.
Yeah. What about bone piles?
Okay, go ahead and give it a look around. Give me an investigation check. Yeah, you actually do find a bone pile. As you're kind of sniffing around, the felines notice and they ask, they kind of, what are you looking for? And you tell them, and they tell you that there's a bone pile just up over here. They say, watch out though. You go too far down that path, and there's some big nasty meowsters. There's a Rathlos and a Wraithing that sometimes nest in this area. And so don't go too far down that path because that's close to where they're at. But there's a bone pile right in here that you guys are able to pull from. So everybody can make an intelligence check or an investigation check, if that's better for them. Holy crap.
Bone, please.
Okay. Orion and Pacom. Holy cow, Panda just raided us with 12 people. What a night. All right, so Orion, you got a bird wyvern bone, Orion.
Oh, cool.
And then Pacom, you got yourself a large bone husk. And Juniper, you were able to dig up just a bone. Panda, thank you so much for the raid, man. Super appreciate that. Super appreciate that. Thank you. How was the night? Are you playing more Destiny, or are you trying something else out tonight? That's funny, Gio. Lurking in both. Okay, so Trailblazer, do you want to go to Zone 9 or Zone 10?
I'll open this up for discussion. Do we want to head north, or do we want to head west.
Flip a coin.
Well, I mean, they told us that he was up towards Zone 10.
Well, they said they indicated northwards from this position here, and they said there's 2 paths up there. They're not sure which one he's down, but they know he's down one of them.
Can we do an investigation check to check for tracks on both paths?
And give your best shot.
And by we, I mean not me.
Did you just roll that?
I just rolled an investigation check.
All right. Let me check some things real quick. Okay. Best guess that you've got, Orion, is that it's going to be in the direction of number 9.
All right.
Number 9.
Yep.
I feel like number 9 is the way to go.
All right, Gio, give us our Trailblazer check.
Woo! Woo! So here's the deal. We were overstacked with rogues, and everyone had a role they particularly wanted to fill. It was like, so I'll just fill, some of the roles we don't have. And then the people that didn't show up to fulfill their roles. So here I am, attempting to fill in their shoes.
You're doing fine. You're doing great,
Oh, yeah.
even.
I'm doing good at everything that I'm bad at.
I mean, surprisingly enough, yeah. Okay. All right. That'll bring us to Orion. Orion. Oh, I gotta put your token down. You can't see anything.
All right.
Okay. You can move as far as here to scout the area.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Oh, hold up. Hold up. I took you to the entirely wrong zone.
Oh, that's okay. I forgot it already.
We were really lost. So lost that even the DM doesn't know where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, it's we're doing great. Okay. You should be on the new map. You should be on the actual correct zone.
Yep.
Okay. That green line's about as far as I want you to be able to go into the area to take a look at things.
So I don't have a fog of war set up. I can see everything clearly.
Why?
Close your eyes.
Because dynamic lighting wasn't turned on. Because I'm really
Sorry.
good at this job. There you go.
Okay, cool.
Should have reduced it significantly.
Yep.
Pretend you didn't see it.
I didn't. I didn't scroll down. Okay. All right, I'll go back to the team and explain that in the next area, it's a pretty narrow little, or a small little clearing in the forest, a little cliffy, rocky terrain, sort of, with a narrow passage down south, but no monsters that I can see.
Okay.
So should we head on in?
I guess so.
Go check it out. Go find us in Arzuros.
Hey, look. I'm just the substitute here.
Yeah, it's gonna be great because whoever your regular tracker is gonna show up next session, and they're gonna be like, "Guys, it took me forever to find you. What the heck? Like you're in the wrong area. He's this way." Oh, crap. Okay. Yeah. So you guys should all be on the zone at the moment.
Alright. I step
Well,
across the
I'm-
tripwire.
Sorry, I'm still in the previous zone.
Oh, that's right. Because when I separate you, it doesn't automatically bring you back.
Great.
There we go.
Perfect. Awesome. All right, can we start moving around, or
Yep.
come check out top of this cliff?
Alright.
Can I start stealthing down this way?
Absolutely. Give me stealth check. Geo's Pacom staying back there?
Yeah, that's what I see.
I'm gonna lag behind the rest of the party for sure.
Okay.
Because, you know, blink, 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 blink.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Me and Sue didn't do an excellent job of stealthing, but we don't know that. There's what a hole.
The black part.
No, I think that's just shading. I
Okay.
don't know, is that a hole right there? That's not like a hole into the...
Well, you got to investigate it if you want to know.
Me?
Sure.
Wrong. No. No.
It seems like there might be a tunnel here of some sort. It looks like it might have been caved in a bit, but it might. You might be able to figure it out if you.
I have Boulder.
Oh, you got mold earth. That'll get all the soft dirt out of the way. It won't move the rocks, but it'll definitely get the soft dirt, making the rocks easier to move. So whoever ends up clearing it will have advantage on the strength check to move the rocks.
Clinky.
Hey, Clank.
Yeah. Hey, Pacone, you're pretty buff, right? I mean, we're tiny.
Yeah, exactly. We can't move anything.
You think you can move these rocks? They're like as big as I am, which isn't saying much.
I'll give it my darndest. Athletics?
Yeah, athletics would be perfect. Well, your
Nice.
darndest is certainly good enough. You're able to. You have to kind of crouch down low. It's a very small area, but you're able to get in there and kind of work some of the rocks out of the way. You shove a big one, it rolls down into the other end of this. You pull some out of the way, and you guys are able to. You're able to see a little. From where you're at, you see a little kind of little grassy clearing on the inside.
Is this a nest?
Yeah, it appears to be.
Does it appear to be inhabited?
No, not currently, not at this moment. But without going into it, there's no way of knowing if there's an animal that's been in there recently.
Can we roll something to determine what animal this nest belongs to?
Well, it's a smaller hole, so it wouldn't be anything terribly big. So, like a Velocidrome wouldn't fit through here.
I'm gonna squeeze in there.
Okay.
Oh, sick. There's like actually a good spot. Can I investigate the nest area? And you want me to use investigation for that, right?
Yeah, you'll dig around, use an investigation on that one.
Nice.
Okay, let me pull up what I need.
Sue's getting worried.
Sue scampers after me.
Nope, don't stop.
Sue's smaller than I am.
Oh, yes. Forgot.
He's tiny. He's small enough that I can't sit on him to ride him.
Okay. You are able to, as you're kind of digging around in there, you find a gargwa egg.
A what egg?
Gargwa.
Gargwa.
Gargwa. They're kind of like dodo birds, but taller.
Do their eggs taste good?
Their eggs taste great. A wild gargwa egg can go for quite a bit. Can sell for actually a fairly decent amount. If you get it back to a city. But it's also super tasty. So if you guys were to use it to cook up a meal, you might have decent luck.
Looks like we're baby thieves now.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna say I found an egg. I think it belongs to a gargwa. I say we should hold on to it for a little bit. Can I tell if it's been like fertilized or anything? Like, is it gonna hatch into a gargwa?
You have no idea on that one.
Okay. Cool.
But assuming you don't incubate it.
That's fair.
True.
If you don't incubate, it doesn't matter.
Alright, I'm gonna peer around this. Oh wait, that's right. I was stealthing. Do you want me to roll another stealth check, or do you care? Okay.
Clink, 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 clink.
There we go. That's a lot better than my previous one.
Juniper will need to roll stealth check since she's up there following you as well.
And so will Sue, I think. Sue, God Sue!
You're walking along, and Sue just kind of starts like growling and yipping and making noise, doing that narco kind of panther thing. Sue wants to play. Sue's tired of all this work. Sue wants some playtime, and you've been neglecting playtime. So Sue has found a rock that Sue wants you to throw to play some fetch.
Okay. I tie the what?
I have an idea. I'm going to use mold earth to make a red dot on the ground and have it move around and see if Sue will chase it.
100%. Sue will absolutely chase the rolling mound of dirt. He's not quiet while he's doing it, but he's doing it.
Stealth is ruined.
Orion looks over at Juniper to scowl, but starts giggling and laughing. Then he sees that it's mostly clear. He's going to come. Can Orion come take a look at this pond and see if there's anything for fishing in there?
Absolutely. Give me an investigation check while you check it out. Or, I would say investigation or like nature, if you would rather do a nature check.
Sure, I'll do a nature check. I'll do an investigation check. Who's with these nat ones?
This water seems... It doesn't seem to be holding any fish. It's a little bit more stagnant than you thought it was before you came up to it. There is some flow, but definitely not enough to support many fish. It's probably just a drinking hole for gargwa and other monsters as they mosey through the area.
Cool. All right, no fishing then.
What's this over here?
It is a sloping incline that leads up into a kind of a small alcove, basically.
Okay.
So Juniper, when you get to about right there, you and the party you guys hear some roars. Almost at the exact same time. Like there's one roar that starts and then the other one kicks off at the same time. One is in the direction of number 8, but one is actually back the way you came. Sounds to be further north. So you hear 2 roars that sound like the Arzuros. Sounds like an Arzuros. One to the south, one to the north.
Can I go back and stealth up and see if it's crept into our area, or should we? Does it kind of sound like they're coming into our zone?
No, it doesn't sound like they're coming into your zone, but they are distant. Both of the roars.
All right. Should we head south then and go after the one that's south?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want me to roll a stealth and perception for the next zone?
It would be up to the Trailblazer first.
Oh, yep.
So Trailblazer handles those movements.
Yeah. It's still a 6. It's always a 6 every time.
Wowzers, dude. Wowzers.
I don't know what you want from me. It's gonna be a 6.
Huh? I don't know what I want from you either at this point. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I do apologize. I am checking the thing.
You're good.
Okay. I actually need to upload something real quick that I did not upload up previously.
Bracadillos time.
Whoop whoop. Dude, if I got you guys with the Bracadios, it's basically, I'm like, alright, I'm done with this. This is fun. Because the Bracadios will murderize you. Though, I do appreciate the callback to that little piece of creative writing I did. It makes me feel good knowing that somebody read it. Do I not have this guy?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I might not have this guy. That's unfortunate. I don't have that token, which means I'll have to make that token. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do though. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and we'll get to this point, and I'll describe it to you, and I'll use a stand-in. Okay. Okay, Orion, you're going to be giving me a stealth and a perception check.
Oof.
Ooh.
Come running back. It's
So you can, with that check, you can actually get to that second land that's closer to you. That's as far as you can go to see the zone.
I mean, it looks pretty clear. I can see pretty far down south. There's a pretty wide opening. It looks like there might be 2 passages off to the west. And I can't see. There looks like there's an area over to the west that I can't quite. There's barely peek through it. I have no idea what kind of monsters are here, if there are any.
With your perception check, you are able to hear noise. You do hear something. It's not a creature. It's obviously not a creature you've encountered before. So you're not able to identify what the noise is, what the creature is. But you do hear a creature.
Okay, I report back. I can hear something. There's something moving around in there. I can't see very far. It looks like there's probably a path we could sneak by whatever is off to the west, and keep moving on because I don't think it's an Arzuros. Or we can kind of peek in, see what it is, and gauge whether or not we want to fight it or book it after that. Pacome, how easily do you think you can fit in that little nest that we found back there? Just in case we have to make a run for it. Can you squeeze through that gap?
Well, I don't know. How big is the nest hole? I'm 7'8".
In armor, you would struggle to get through there, but you probably could. What that means is you will need to make an acrobatics check to make your way through there. A failed acrobatics check results in you being stuck. A really badly failed one results in you being stuck with your butt hanging out.
Yeah,
so
I am against that.
Well, it's pretty buff. Sue could probably help push you through. Despite the fact that he's only like a 15-pound cat.
Yeah,
he's
he's
not big.
He could lift me, but I'm over 300 pounds.
Let's go for it.
All right, I say we go for it. I say we just kind of like check it out. When we get there and we're all together, I can kind of stealth around and sneak a little bit. Hopefully do a little bit better and peek in on what it is.
Okay. We'll move the whole party down here though. So just heads up, because of the nature of the circumstance, you will have disadvantage on any stealth roll to avoid being detected.
Here.
Heck yeah.
Come on, good rolls.
Double disadvantage.
Oh, there you go.
That works out. Okay, I'm going to...
So only one movement. I don't want you just jumping all over the place. You can move up to 6 squares.
Right. Okay. 6 squares then. Gotcha.
So, right. Yeah. Like to about right there you could get all the way to. Now, keep in mind, wherever you stop, that 19 may or may not matter. Right? If you step out into the open, right, and there's some creature, right, fire-breathing T-Rex or whatever, if you step into the open, fire-breathing T-Rex is still going to know you're there.
Okay, I'm going to step to right here. Is that hidden? I'm like thinking I'm hiding behind this rock wall right here.
You have a good shot. I will roll against this one instead of going. Okay.
Okay.
You can see this icon, yes?
Yes.
It is a large mantis-like insectoid with a brightly colored exoskeleton. It is covered in spines and knobs, and it has 6 legs. The front pair are like big scythe-like weapons, large claws. It's got massive mandibles, and it is currently flying in the area. It seems to be looking for something. It seems intent on finding something, and it's moving in your direction.
Okay.
So it's moving in kind of a direction like this. You think judging by the way its head's moving, he might be focused on going south, but he's definitely heading your way currently.
I'm gonna burrow.
Ooh, good call.
I'm gonna bury myself 5 feet under the ground with my burrowing steed. And how fast is he moving? Is he like cooking it, like full on 60 feet per second kind of deal?
No, he's just kind of moseying at the moment.
Okay.
Just kind of like right now he's on the ground, and then he opens up his wings and he flies forward a little bit, right?
Okay.
So as you dig, you're gonna need to give me another stealth check to see if he notices you, because burrowing is not a quiet thing.
Sure. Yeah. No, I get that.
Still at disadvantage. Okay. Ooh, I don't know if that may be problematic. Okay.
While I'm burrowed, can I cast a spell? Probably not.
I'd say maybe. Depends on the spell.
Well, it would just be another thaumaturgy to see if I can distract them away from the, little scuttling noise that he heard over where I am. Maybe casting thaumaturgy to like make a bigger scuttling noise down south.
Link the spell so I can see what components it has.
It's verbal, which I could totally understand. If you're underwater, you can't really do verbal components. I'd assume probably pretty much the same thing with burrowing.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably not.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Do you have to be able to see the location you're casting to?
Oh, sure. Doesn't say that I do. It just says you create one of the following magical effects within range. Like cause harmless tremors in the ground for a minute, cause an instantaneous sound that originates from a point within range. Doesn't say anything about seeing.
Gotcha.
But no, I figured it was a stretch. I didn't think that it was that big of a deal. So I'm totally fine not being able to do it. But I am going to book it as much as I can underground, which would be, dashing.
Okay.
Kind of deal. And then are these like little leaves and stuff? Is this like tall grass that we can kind of crouch in, like Monster Hunter style?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna poke my head above ground, and I'm gonna say, "There's like the craziest looking mantis thing flying around out there. It's enormous. I think we should hide. It's kind of coming this way. It's heading south."
Okay. So does everybody see where this X is?
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after Orion ducked into the ground and started burrowing, basically a stinger of some sort slammed into the ground right there.
F.
I don't know who can see down to this thing here.
Down to what thing? Are you talking about the skull token?
Yep.
Okay, I'm hiding in these bushes.
Okay.
Sue's hiding in these bushes.
So, you guys see this creature here. It is, like I described, as I described it to Orion, Juniper, and Pacome, you see it as well. You can go ahead and make your stealth checks.
Yeah.
Do we get advantage because we're hiding in something? In cover?
No.
Dang it.
You get to make a stealth check.
Do we still have disadvantage or?
No, you are not at disadvantage currently.
I am.
I mean, Geo is. Pacome's at disadvantage, but that's because Pacome has disadvantage. Ooh.
I unsummon Sue. No, I don't actually do that because there's a chance we're going to need him.
Okay. So
I'm taking the 11.
Sue comes running up, doesn't get the memo that we're here to hide, misses the idea that this is a stealth moment. We need to be hiding, right? This is stalking moment. And he sees this creature and rushes up to the aid of his master and lets out a roar. Obviously the creature turns to pay attention to this challenger in its territory. And that's actually where we're going to call it for the night.
Can I ask, how big is it?
It's like probably, I'd say if it were standing on the ground, we're talking 5 or 6 feet. So not huge, but definitely bigger than you.
Everything's bigger than us.
That's fair.
If I grab Sue, can I burrow with him?
Follow-up question. Probably bigger than Pacome, huh?
The creature?
Yep.
Probably.
Bigger than 8 feet, but bigger than 16 feet?
No, not bigger than large Pacome. Though, I will say this, large Pacome will have a problem walking through this spot because that's not very big.
If he's large, he'll have a problem walking through that part, hopefully, too.
Nags wants me to attack with his nat 20 while we're still here.
Well, I guess you're attacking the cat.
I mean, you did make an attack into the ground.
Okay. No. No, that's not how that works, Gio. I appreciate the attempt. What's that, Juniper?
I said, I think that's clever.
Yeah.
Fair skin.
You know what? I think Nags, we will we'll have to start combat with it next week. Because I know if I just arbitrarily toss it at somebody, it's going to hurt. And actually, I can't toss anything at it right now because I used my ranged attack, and it needs at least 1 round to recharge, and so it hasn't had that time. So I can't, Nags. But when we open up tomorrow, not tomorrow, next week. What am I thinking?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we'll open up with this. And by then, I'll have the proper token set up for it. I'm really happy to have these stand-in tokens for when something happens that I was not expecting. Like this. So I do apologize, Nags. I'm sorry, man. Let's see. Who are we going to raid? Abe's not online. He just went off, it seems. We haven't raided Foop in a long time, but Splint is up too. I haven't raided Splint in ages. He's playing some Dragon Ball Z. All right, how about this? You guys want to raid Hunt Showdown or Dragon Ball Z?
Isn't that a movie, TV show? You whippersnappers
Well,
like?
no, it's Dragon Ball. It's a video game, Dragon Ball Z game. It looks like it's. He's got it listed as survival mode. It looks like it's open world.
I
Well,
don't even know what the heck that is.
I mean, I think we're gonna raid Splint.
All right, I apologize. I'm new to all of this.
What do you mean?
What does that mean?
So as we, that's fair. So
Okay.
when I'm closing up a stream, if I have a good crowd, I can do what's called a raid, where I take all of my viewers and I take them to another channel, and we drop in there as I'm ending my stream, and I drop my viewers off with him, and it's the idea of one, introducing people to new content creators, but also, just kind of a way to, I mean, it's a way to say hi to your friends a lot of times, right? And Nags and Panda both rated us tonight, which was awesome. Super appreciate that. And so I don't want to close down the stream without doing a raid. I think we raiding, Peace Tabs. We raiding. I need something. Where's my... I used to have one. I have a pre-built raiding token thing. A copy pasta for our raid. Unless it got erased. Did it get erased? No, it didn't. Okay. Alright, so this first one is going to be for anyone who is subbed. Oh, hold on. So that first one's going to be for anybody who is subbed to the channel. And for any followers and visitors. The second one there is going to be the one you're going to want to use. And we will be back next Wednesday is the plan. Hopefully we will be able to have our whole team of 5, because if not, this might be problematic. So here's hoping. But yeah, we'll have ourselves a good old time. But yeah, we're going to raid Splint. Splint's a super cool dude. Sometimes he does take breaks in the middle of his stream because he is also taking care of his mom. So say what up to him when we get over there. Tell him, hey, it's been a while since I've raided or talked to him even. He's a great guy. And I do want to give a shout out to both Orion and Juniper. It's the first time I've ever DM'd for them. And I think it's one of the first times, if not the first time, they've used Roll20. So it's been a good experience. I've had a good experience. I can't speak for them. But I've enjoyed it. So, and we'll see you guys. We will be... Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's been awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. This Friday, we are going to be back with our On the Road to Greatness stream. We're going to pick up from the... we're going to pick up the ashes of our crushed, burned hopes and see where we go from there, because we've lost a lot of people. But, good night. Okay. So now what happens, I've hit the raid button, and we should all show up in Splint's channel.
1